Sarah Louise Mulligan loves him, and she's with me next. Late lunch, LMFM radio. Earlier on the show, we heard from John H. Shanahan, who isn't a fan of Mr. Donald Trump, who will be inaugurated as the 47th president of the USA shortly. But I have someone now who is a huge fan of the man. I've spoken to her a number of times over the years, and she's back with me today. Sarah Louise Mulligan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm absolutely delighted to be back.
Are you all set for the inauguration?
I am indeed. I'm going to be watching from my home tonight with some nice chocolate and popcorn. I'm very excited.
Tell us again and remind our listeners again, what do you see in this fella? Why are you such a supporter of his?
Well, first and foremost, about 8 years ago, I started up a website which I ran for 8 years, like literally showcasing and highlighting his greatest moments. And the reason why I did that was in response to the high level of negative attention that Donald Trump was receiving in the mainstream media based on fake news. So my main vision was to connect with the Irish supporters living all over the world and to drum up support for him. And now he knows he has lots of Irish supporters. And the man hasn't done anything wrong. And I'm delighted to see him re-elected, and people used to say to me, there's no way in a million years this guy is going to be a two-term president. I proved everybody wrong, as you know. I think I may have said that the last time I was on your show. And I've basically accomplished my dream because I helped him get re-elected as well, because obviously I was connected with Irish supporters in America, and that would have really helped him to become re-elected, thank God. So I stayed up all last night to watch the pre-inaugural speech, and he started off with, we won. And, you know, I've won because all the naysayers out there who constantly put President Trump down and the mainstream media painting him in such a dark light, I mean, he's proven everybody wrong. He's won the majority vote, and when he says he's going to make America great again, he really means it. And I just wish there was somebody like him who was so keen and passionate about saving Ireland. We don't really have somebody like that at the moment. I'm trying to be that person, and we really, really need a political movement like the MAGA movement in America.
Well, let me just put a couple of things to you. It says he's done nothing wrong. He's a convicted felon.
Well, look, at the end of the day, you're innocent until proven guilty. And I think we kind of spoke about this the last time. If he was a convicted felon, I mean, he wouldn't be the president of America today.
But here's the thing, Sarah Louise. His being voted in as the president, you can't take that away from him, means he is protected. Had he lost that election, he'd probably be behind bars. He is a convicted felon.
Well, I don't really think the majority of his supporters would really, really agree with you there, you know. And at the end of the day, when you're such a high-profile person and so rich, you're going to have all of these people who are going to come out of the sewers and try and accuse you of all sorts, you know. And there is many men and women who do that sometimes, and it's just malicious behaviour. But, I mean, if he was such a bad apple, would he really be in the White House? Because after all, goodness always wins over evil.
Well, you know, those are fine words, but at the end of the day, he's done things and been found guilty of them that he won't go to prison for, and he is immune because of his re-election as president. But I want to pick you up on something else. The MAGA movement, you said you'd like to see a similar movement here in Ireland, make Ireland great again, but it's make America great again. But do you understand... One of the aspects of making America great again could impact adversely on us here in Ireland, in particular the American industries who have huge presences here in Ireland. You know this, in the pharmaceutical, the IT areas. If he does what he threatens and pulls them back to America, we're goosed here. He'll make America great again, but he's going to help destroy Ireland. What do you say to that?
Well, I say a few things, okay? First and foremost, I don't think he will go ahead with that, all right? He really loves Ireland, and I'll tell you why, because he owns a beautiful resort down in County Clare, and he employs over 300 people. And I don't think he really wants to, you know, fight with Irish people here and take away their jobs, because he knows that's not going to look good for his reputation. So,
So it's only so you basically what you're saying to me is a lot of what he says. You're confirming this because we spoke to John Shannon earlier in the show. A lot of it really is bluster. He's not going to follow through in a lot of things. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, I disagree there. When President Trump says he's going to do something, he most certainly will do it. I mean, his first day in office, he's going to pass over 100 executive orders. And I know he will do that because I'm a big fan of most of his executive orders. And look, I mean, even if he did or if he didn't do that, either way, it will be a positive thing for Ireland. And I'll tell you why. Because, I mean, majority of people have entrepreneurship in their blood, and it may not be a bad thing if he does take these companies out of here, because, I mean, it's about time we started making, our own things in factories and bringing more employment back to Ireland and giving Irish people jobs, instead of importing all of these foreigners over to, take the jobs.
No. I have to stop you there. Like, when I tell you, there's a huge amount of Irish people, Sarah Louise, employed in the pharmaceutical and the IT industries. And there are people from other countries as well. That's just the way of the world. It's the same all over the world. But a huge amount of Irish people earn their living from American industries based here in Ireland. I don't know what we're going to make if they go. You say we're going to have to start making things ourselves. Like what? I'd be at a loss.
See, this is where you have to have faith in the Irish people. Like, there's a lot of people out there who have fantastic ideas, and the reason why they can't, have these ideas implemented is because they may not have the financial backing behind them. Now, the thing I like about President Trump, he's all for entrepreneurship. And we need somebody like that in government, because it's very, very difficult, as you know, to start a business and not have, financial funding behind you. Now, his actions might take some businesses back to the US, but, the US president would want to take businesses back for whatever reason that may be. But at the end of the day, I don't really see him doing that. And if he does, it could be a positive thing for Ireland, because Irish people are very talented. We make our own clothes, we make our own foods, and it might, help to reopen, more factories and that. But you see, the majority of people working in the likes of, we say, Google and a lot of these IT companies, they are foreign. And that's the reality.
No, there's an element. There is an element, but not the majority. Majority of people there are skilled Irish young people who've come through a wonderful educational system, and they dominate there. I agree with you in the food sector. We have strengths there. Well, clothing, God almighty, Shein and all that stuff that you can order just at a click from the Far East. There's very little production of clothing now in Ireland. Anyway, I have to leave it there today. You're a happy woman. He's back in. You're looking forward to the next 4 years.
I am indeed, and it's going to be a positive 4 years. And as I say, we really need a Trump figure. I'm going to run as a presidential candidate now. And
you're going for the Irish in November, are you? You're going for the Irish yourself in November?
I am.
Good God almighty. There you go. Well, I'm sure we'll be talking before that. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for joining me again, Sarah Louise.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Bye-bye. Take care. Sarah Louise Mulligan there. A Trump fan for sure. You've had both sides of the equation. The inauguration is happening now around 5 o'clock Irish time. That's it on Late Lunch for this